yet, or have it in my bag. I'd be like, you know what, I have a rate sheet with me, but I'm not going to give it to you just yet. Maybe we could just first talk about your budget. I'm happy to tell you the rates of the magazine, but you would say something like, but we're doing different promotions right now, so really the rates, the rates are, and you don't want to say like flexible because that diminishes the integrity, but you want to say these rates are very general. The rates on the sheet are very general. So, as a local business, we're doing specific promotions right now that we can talk about. So, yeah, why don't we first just talk a little bit more about, what you kind of expect and what you expect for the budget that you have, something like that. Another thing you would ask, so that's one. Another thing is you would kind of turn it around. So they would say, you can say something like, hey, can I ask you this? If you had an unlimited amount of money, I can tell you how much your rates are in a second, but I'm just wondering, like, if you had an unlimited amount of money, where would you want to put an ad? Just wondering. They might say something like, oh, like the New York Times. Oh my God, if I had the money, I would love to place an ad in the New York Times. So many people see that. It's such a well-known newspaper. You're like, oh, cool. Cool, that's cool. We would end things a lot with "that's cool." My boss always said that, and it always sounded great coming from him. But it's basically like, I hear you. Cool. All right. Yeah, the New York Times is a great newspaper. Do you think that that's your target audience? So again, this is more of establishing rapport. This is interwoven is the whole process. Say something like, so is the New York Times are those the people you would be trying to reach? And for most of the people that work at the that would advertise in the Elle magazine, the answer would be no. They'd be like, no, I guess, yeah, those people, I'm more trying to reach like a younger demographic. And yeah, I mean, I think the Elle magazine is pretty much the demographic I'd want to reach. Great. So then I'm really glad that I'm here to talk to you about this because I think that we would be a really great fit for you too. So we can talk about that. Okay, sorry, I just want to finish budget. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit off course here. So another thing they could say is, yes, I do have a budget for advertising. So if they say no, there's all these different options. If they say yes, be like, okay, great. Do you want to tell me how much your budget is? So you can give them an option. Some people are like, no, I don't want to tell you. I want to see your prices first. Or some people will say, yeah, I have like $1,000 to spend in a month. Like not a lot, $1,000 a month. Be like, all right, that's cool. We could probably work with that. We have options. And again, you don't want to make it seem like, oh, I have a number from you. Now I'm going to like just sell you for this number. Like, oh my God, it's so funny you said you have $1,000 a month because this ad is $1,000 a month. How perfect in this magazine is that? Like when people do that, when they like, when you go to a store that you can bargain with, and they're like, hey, this is on sale for like 50 bucks. And you're like, oh, I only have 30. They're like, all right, I'll give it to you for 30. Like, that's stupid. That takes kind of the fun out of it, because then you know what you think as a consumer? You think, ugh, I should have said I have only 20, because they probably would have given it for me for 20, right? Like, if people are that quick to lower their price for their product, it means something's wrong. Not wrong, but like, you could probably get it for even less than that. So if somebody says they have $1,000 a month, I would say, great. We have options that are less than $1,000 a month and more than $1,000 a month. We have stuff that's also around $1,000 a month, but you know what? We can figure out which one works best for you, and we can go from there. So you're saying there, I'm not going to take all your $1,000. Like that's not all I care about. I care about finding the right fit for you. I want to find the right fit for you. Even if it's only $400 a month, I would rather you be happy with that than you just giving me $1,000 a month. Because eventually you're building a relationship with someone and they're going to keep advertising with you because of this. Maybe it's not right. Maybe they're not even making that much more money from your ad, but they like you. They like you, and you help them, and you genuinely want them to do better. So their emotional kind of side will keep advertising with you. That's how I got a lot of people to resign. It was more an emotional thing, because they'd be like, I don't know if this ad is really helping me or not. But in their mind, you could tell they're like, but we're friendly. You try to help me, we're friendly. It might be helping, it might not be helping, so I'm going to keep advertising with you.
What if their budget's way below your rate?
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, somebody could be like, I have like $100 a year to spend. Some people would say that. You'd be like, oh really? Okay. You know, I have to say, sometimes we have pretty low rates. We do like specials, but we don't really have anything for $100 a year. That's it. End of sentence. So that's awkward. And usually they're like, all right, well, aren't you going to try to like sell me or like what? You know, they're like thinking this in their head. You could say, so, you know, if that's all you have, like, it probably doesn't really make sense for us to talk right now. I can, you know, if you want, I can reach out to you if we have some kind of like sale or special going on, but right now we don't have anything. And usually, they don't want to waste their own time either. So they're like, you know what, I have like $500 a year, not 100. People, it's funny the way people work. They just, everything is like a mind game, you know, like with a stranger, they're trying to figure out like, how can they like increase their own, what can they do that's best for themselves, but yeah. So yeah, so sometimes I would just leave. I would end the conversation, the meeting right there. I would have wasted maybe an hour getting there.
And I'd just walk out?
No, of course not. Yeah, peace. No, you wasted my time. No, I mean, it's always very civil. Even when people were jerks, I was civil because that's just how I would want to be.
Yeah.
But I would be like, all right, well, if it's really only 100, like, it probably doesn't make sense for us to talk. Do you think maybe in the future you might have a bigger budget for advertising? Yeah, maybe. All right, well, what do you think that might be? Oh, you know, in a couple months I'm expecting an increase because whatever. All right, well, is it cool if I call you then? Yeah, that's cool. All right. So, you know, you don't want to leave it hanging. If there's a possibility that they might want to advertise, you want to continue that relationship. But if they're bullshitting you and they're just like, nah, no, I think I'll have $100, and you know, it's not worth it. So, yeah, sometimes you have to lose money, kind of, you know, because yeah, what you could do, what some people would do is like, oh, that's okay, we can sell you this for $100 a month, because really, almost any sale, unless it's like very low, makes money. But it devalues the product. It's just not worth it, and it makes you feel bad as a salesperson because you're like, and I don't think you understand it until you do it, you know. But you feel so bad about yourself. And you're like, I never want to do this again if you do that because you're just like, you feel so cheap and used.
You really don't get commission too.
You don't get commission, that's right, but that's true, so you feel bad. But you know what? That $10 commission, that 10% commission I would make on a $100 sale, is that worth it? Like really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like not really worth it. It's not. I mean, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And you'd realize that even when you made a big sale, like you're saying those millionaires, I mean, I'm sure for a millionaire I would do anything to get a $10 commission, but we're talking smaller numbers here. Even people that wanted to give me like, a few $1,000s a year, it's not worth it because the amount of work sometimes you have to put in with these people, so your time is worth a certain amount of money, right? Every second you're spending with these people, you're not cold calling, you're not doing other meetings and other work. So there's actually like a balance there. At one point, your $200 commission is not worth my time. Yeah, it's true.
You don't do sales anymore, right?
I don't. I do marketing now, but I'm going to go back to school in the fall, so I won't be in this field anymore. But yeah, I mean, marketing is very interesting. I thought about doing it as a career.
What are you going to do?
Actually, I'm going to get my master's in social work. Quite different, but also very much to do with people and how they interact. Very much.
What is homework?
What?
What is homework?
Yes, thank you, Midori. Don't worry, I would have emailed you guys even if she didn't ask. The homework is this. I want you to find a magazine, any magazine, and Bring it in, please, if you can. I mean, I don't want you to like spend money, but I'm sure you have magazines like lying around, right? Like this, any magazine lying around. Or take a free magazine out of those boxes if you don't want to like buy one. Free magazine is fine too. Take a magazine, learn about it, please. So what I want you to do is find out everything about the magazine, who's reading it. Okay, and again, maybe this information isn't online, but you would know just by looking through it. Generally, who's reading this magazine, what's the circulation. You could find most of this information online. What's the or in here, the circulation, how many people, how many are printed. How many of these magazines are printed every month or every week? How often are they printed? Sometimes the information will be on like these front pages, the circulation and stuff. So who it's reaching, the circulation, and if you have questions about these, you can email me. How often, frequency we call it, how often it's being published. Location, where is it being distributed? Only New York and New York State and the United States, where? How much are ads?
How can we know?
There might be media kits online. A media kit online. So something like New York Mag, a big magazine, if you typed in like New York Mag media kit, you would have one online. That would tell you all the information you need to know. It's for advertisers. This would tell you how much the rates cost. You get like a rate card. If it's a free magazine that you pick up that doesn't have a rate card, just make them up. It's fine. How much do you think an ad would cost?
What is the rate cost?
It is a sheet that says the prices of how much the ads cost. So those, customers, yep, those 5 things. Write them down. And we will do like mini presentations kind of you're kind of going to try to sell me. I mean, first we have to finish up 2 more of these, but. You're going to be the salesperson for that magazine. Thanks for bringing in your items. I'm impressed with your creativity. It's good. You ever wonder, like, if you actually have the money to